Hey, welcome to Meet the Shoe podcast. I am Sade.
I'm Nina.
How's it going, guys, tonight? Well, tonight we have a lot of secrets that's been out in the last couple weeks, and it's like very, I don't know. It's something you've been thinking about with a couple of these stories. You're like, okay, we know it's going on, but we gotta wait till the particular people say that they did that or something, some sort of it. But we're gonna talk about Keithy D, which his real name is Dwayne. What is his first? Dwayne Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Keithy D. So Keithy D was picked up last week and charged with pretty much the murder of Tupac. Tupac was shot and killed after Mike Tyson's fight. Mike Tyson had a fight September 7, 2000.
Nope.
Or what?
19.
1990. Girl, look.
Yeah, this is old.
Go back. It's been so long ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But from what is
1996.
1996, yeah. So I guess the fight festered because Orlando, which is Keithy D's nephew, Orlando Anderson, stole a chain from somebody, an affiliate of Death Row.
Right. After the fight.
No, he stole the chain before that. So they saw him at the fight, and that's when Tupac and them jumped on.
Right. Okay.
And unfortunately, he went and got his uncle. His uncle's probably around the scene anyway at the fight or whatever. And his uncle passed him the gun and he shot Tupac, and Tupac passed away, unfortunately.
I believe his name was Eric.
They said Orlando Anderson.
No, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the one that passed Orlando the gun.
Well, Eric, it's
3 people because it was Dre. It was somebody named Dre. It was Orlando, and it was 2 Keithy D in the car.
So Keithy D saying he passed the gun, and then somebody else saying he passed the gun. This is what he probably confessing to now. I'm not sure. We really don't know. But Orlando Anderson was killed 2 years after Tupac's death.
Right. Because he was going around bragging about it. Then he was saying that he didn't do it. Sometimes he would say he did. Sometimes he would say he didn't. So it's like he was looking for the fame of it. And then when it got hot, he was like, no, he didn't. Here's the thing where it gets sticky. There's a lot of moving parts to it, right?
Yes, it is.
So Greg, I think Caden, he was the investigator on the case, right?
Yes, Detective Caden, yes.
Yes. And so he said, now here's a key thing. He just said this a couple days ago. He doesn't see Diddy getting prosecuted in the situation.
No.
There's no conversation. There's no video. There's no proof. It's all hearsay.
It is.
Mm-hmm. And there's nothing showing that he did this.
Or he even got paid or was paying somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, and if the hitman ran off with the money, can't go to jail.
Right.
All the investigation that I've done and just listening and looking up law and all of that, it's just a hearsay case. Even federally, this is the biggest case in hip hop.
Yeah.
And the feds want to know.
Yeah. They didn't want to know.
The government wants to know.
Yes, they do,
so
girl.
If the government is this stunned on it, I'm talking about this is yes, it's a culture thing because we're Black, but this is a world thing that people that are into hip hop music, right? Yeah. The biggest lane of music in the history, right? There's no way that they shouldn't have found out. They would have been easier for them to find out the person who did it back then versus now.
Right.
Even with all the technology that we have, right? It's not about technology though, right?
No.
Right now, because there's so many people wanting the clout off of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keefy D been running his mouth and wrote a
But
book.
for about
Dumbest
20
thing he could
years.
have ever done.
Yeah, he even got on a famous YouTube. They call Compton's Most Wanted or something like
Yep,
that.
yep. I seen that. Mhm.
No, Compton Street Legend.
Okay.
He got on that YouTube talking about the whole situation
Right.
years ago. So why didn't they lock him up back then?
Well, they took it as that was a way for him to promote his book, right? That's why he was taking these interviews. Now, here's the thing. The other moving parts of it is Gene Deal, the
Mhm.
security. Gene describes how he uses the devil. I say God, but he says the devil moved
Mhm.
in to take Biggie. God made it to where Biggie's legs weren't working. We didn't know that till later. We didn't understand why he was being pushed around in a wheelchair until we seen the video. Remember that last video that he made, Hypnotized?
Yes.
We didn't know that. The night that he was at the awards, his legs were killing him.
Right.
What we also didn't know, what Gene said, was that two porn stars, the biggest porn stars at the time, were coming to meet Biggie in LA because that's where they were from. They were big porn stars. They was
Mhm.
coming to give him some, right?
Right.
He didn't go. He didn't go. He went to the award show. He was supposed to hook up with some women
Mhm.
right
Mhm.
after.
Mhm.
He's saying now that more and more things are put together. Clark Kent says, and Clark Kent was his DJ and
Yeah.
was, the producer, all of that, right? Clark
Mhm.
Kent says that Biggie took a hit for somebody else. Lena
Mm.
says that he took a hit for Puff because they were trying, they were something about the Biggie being stopped at the light and Puff moving. Remember,
Yeah.
Puff was up, wasn't away.
Ahead.
He was
He was
still
ahead.
by him, but he was a few steps ahead. The
Yes. Yes.
bullets were going towards Puff. If
Mm.
if Biggie would have been able to run or get out of it, he would have took it all by everything. It would have
Right.
been worse, is what he described, right?
Wow.
There's another moving part in it that really makes you think about friendship and people that say that when money is involved, lines are
Mhm.
really blurred, because
Mhm.
Mace also talked about that night.
Really.
I watched Mace talk on his show a couple of days ago. Someone asked him, with all this stuff going on, where were you at when Biggie got killed?
Right.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
They asked him, where were you at when Biggie got killed? He said, after Biggie got killed, he was stuck in his hotel room and there were 70 Bloods outside of his room. And he
What?
could not leave. Nobody was there. Now peep this.
That's
You a
weird.
Harlem dude, you're stuck in LA. They kind of sort of was around Crips a lot, different ones, different
Mhm.
sets of Crips, right? So the Bloods know that,
Right.
right? I'm stuck in my room, Puffing. You didn't make sure I'm good. He had to get an executive to come get him out the hotel room. That's how terrified he was. He thought that he was going to die that night too, because he couldn't leave the hotel room. So why are you alone from New York and you're stuck? You're a big time artist. Why are you alone?
Ooh.
No bodyguards, no nothing.
Wow.
So that's why him and Puff really don't get along.
They
Every
fell
since
out.
then, he said that's when he told himself, never again. This is over with. And
Mhm.
if you look at the history of the music industry, right?
Uh-huh.
People only can get out, can eliminate those contracts when it comes to God.
Yeah.
Them are the only times that they really can get out of it, is if they say They're turned off by the music. They can't make
Yeah,
um
Jeff. He said, "Yeah, Diddy used Crips for security."
yeah,
Wow.
I remember that. And he said that by him not being able to put his hands on somebody to come and get him,
Right.
nobody would understand that feeling.
Exactly.
That's why he turned to God. And now
Yes, he
he's on
did.
to better things with his own show with Cameron. He has nothing. Let me tell you
But
also
he did
how,
show up at one of them concerts. Was it the one we was at in Vegas, the 25th?
yeah.
Mace.
No, no,
He
no.
came on
He
stage.
he did the deal. He got paid for
He
that.
got paid for that. Yeah.
But this is all thinking, Sade.
But
This is
he ain't never
20
hung
years.
with him. Right.
These are 20 years later.
Yeah.
These are 20, 30 years later.
Yeah.
Just like we seen him when we grew up. We seen them together when we grew up, 1994, 1993, whatever, right?
Yes.
We see him again. What year was that? 2000 what?
Right.
12,
It
13, something like that?
was 2014, 15 or something like that.
Okay.
The
Well,
20.
whenever it was, just think there was a big extension that they did not
Yeah.
talk for years, over a 10-year period.
Yeah, you're right.
And Big was very much from how all the people describe a very good friend. Now, okay. On the other hand, do I think that personally that Puff did it, had something to do with it? There was some conversations amongst both parties
Yeah.
on I believe on Tupac's side and Biggie's side, just because the beef was so big.
Yeah, it was big. And then it didn't even have to be big like that because it was like paranoia stuff going on. But you
Right.
never know. It might have been not been paranoia. Might have been some stuff stepping up because both of them was in the same buildings.
Right.
So something popped off before the time when before he got jumped in. Remember the first time he got shot in the
Yeah.
elevator?
Right.
And
Right. Right.
he was paranoid saying they did it.
Right.
Biggie and all them did it.
Tupac said that. And
Yeah.
that's what made them mad, because they were like, he was doing that for clout because he didn't want Big to get bigger than him, right?
No, but somebody did shoot him, but I would
Somebody
be
did show him
paranoid
that
about
had
it.
nothing to do with Puff
Right,
and Big, right?
right.
So um back to Greg, right? The detective.
Yes.
The detective describes or excuse me, nope, sorry, back to Keefe D,
Yes.
including the detective.
Right.
Keefe D says that the detective talked, I mean, not Keefe D, Gene. Wait.
Yeah.
I'm mixing it up. Gene, yes, Gene.
The bo-
Gene says that the detective
Mhm.
talked Keefe D into coercing these
Coerce.
conversations, not to get um convicted or indicted, right?
Oh,
Stating that he wanted to close the case. The thing was to close the case, and that so he could eat off of it. So Gene feels that Greg coerced Keefe D in this story right now.
well, Greg did write a book.
Yes. Greg wrote a book and Keefe D wrote the book.
Yes.
Right? And so now Gene Gene has this podcast. He got these deals on the table. It's like everybody has something to talk about. All these wild, good, juicy stories, right?
Yeah.
Nothing at all. We're none of us are happy, especially being a lover of the music, are happiest about anyone dying.
Right.
Are we thirsty and eager for the correct story? Yes. Are we gonna get it? No.
I don't think we are. It's too
No,
far,
we're not.
far
We're
off.
not getting the right story.
But do you think since he was interrogated?
Yeah.
And Keefe D was interrogated, and he's saying that he did pass the gun. So will he be convicted? That's what they're saying. Allegedly.
He passed the gun. It depends on who released the first shot. Wouldn't that be Jeff? Who released the first shot, right? Because if you give me a gun, felon or not, right? If
Right.
you give me a gun because we are being dumped on, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're being shot at, audience, dumped on, whatever. They're letting
Right.
go on us. If we're shooting back, if I'm not mistaken, it goes according to who released the first shot for self-defense, right?
Right. Right.
Also, he did not shoot Tupac, though. He's never said that. He
No,
never
he's never
once
said
said
he
that
shot
he
Tupac.
shot Tupac.
No. No.
So
No.
Gene said that he didn't explain Keefe D's part because he was more going towards Diddy,
Yes. Yes.
the Diddy part of it, and he said Diddy will not be prosecuted.
Oh, he can't be because there's no link. Like you said, there's no link. You can't. They don't have him recorded saying, "Hey, I'm gonna give you $1,000. I'm gonna give you 10,000, 100,000." It's nothing. And then what's funny is 50 Cent's like he heard the interrogation. Keith D said P Diddy had something to do with it, and 50 always gonna run his mouth. He gonna just
Right.
say, Diddy, you better lawyer up."
Right. But
Like, lawyer
here's the
up.
thing about that as well. You know, 50 is really good friends with Mike Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Tyson said that he's gonna wrap his hands around Diddy's neck. Mike Tyson has a beef with Diddy
Yeah.
now, right?
Yes. Yes.
Um,
He said he gonna wrap his.
Diddy said he ain't scared.
Ooh, what? Girl,
I'm
this
just saying this. It's really 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 ugly, and it's
it
really
is getting ugly.
unfolding like not in a good favor of Diddy.
No, no.
There's lots of I'm wondering, is he going to talk about any of the deals that they're pulling out of, because he owns a whole network. It's like, what can you do?
Revolt,
Right?
yeah.
You got people saying these things, and then you have people that's like, oh, I don't care. I mean, they've been dead a long time. I just get my money. That's how a lot of people look at it now, because of
Yeah,
the way of the world and how it is now, how tight it is, right? They don't
right.
care that about what's going on. We care because we lived through it.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
The younger kids, they've only heard of Biggie and Tupac, and they've
Yeah.
heard of all the samples of their music, right?
Yes.
But they
Yes.
don't they
Really
didn't get
no.
to
Yes.
value
Yes.
them, right?
Mhm,
As even
mhm.
their music still being played to this day,
Yes, it is.
it's still, the value isn't there like it is for us.
Mhm.
So
I'm thinking P. Diddy hasn't said anything, so I wonder will he give talk to the public and say something, or he just gonna keep it quiet, and just dismiss the accusations until the police may come and see him, talk to him, or
I
ask him
think the
questions.
best thing for Diddy to do is to not say anything.
Yeah, I think so too. He
I
hasn't said
mean,
anything
what
about
do
it
you
either.
say? What do you
Yeah,
say? You
yeah,
say you admit that you had something to do with Tupac, one of the best artists in the world,
yeah,
an icon.
yeah,
You admit that? Like, he would be stupid to do that. He
yeah. He
never
would.
ever
I
will do
doubt if he
that.
would. He wouldn't. Mm-mm.
No.
No.
So the best thing for him to do is not even to defend itself. Let the court play out. If they ask, because TMZ has really been on it, they keep dropping stories and dropping stories.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
So when TMZ catch up to him, because they gonna run up to him and tell him, say something or tell him something. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
such and such said this, or this person said that. When
Mm-hmm.
they catch him and they
I'm
get
surprised they ain't caught up with him because he was out last night. I think yesterday or the other night for Mary J's release album, because he's I guess
he's
writing for
still
her
her producer too, huh?
back probably now, or he don't produce something for because they fell out for a while too.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
there was another there, and speaking of that, I seen a clip where she described about the Aaliyah murder,
mm,
because Aaliyah was not mysteriously falling out of the sky in that plane, right?
yeah, yeah,
She said out of her mouth, I hope that they don't kill me.
mm,
I heard Mary J say that, because they killed that girl.
yeah.
I don't
Because
know
you
who
know what
did
we be
it.
thinking, because they had the nerve to say, "Oh, she had too much luggage." She went there with the same luggage she left back with.
Yeah,
Come on now, stop it.
yeah. She didn't have too much luggage. They put too much on there to make the plane do that,
Right.
to make it look like an accident. But here's the thing. Genuine kept saying that
Mm,
um Timberland
Yeah.
and Missy Elliott
Mm-hmm.
were in an argument with her before she died. They were into it. What were they
Yeah.
into it about? You
Yeah.
know, what were you into it about, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out what happened.
Was she trying to break ties with them? Because she was with Damon Dash
I don't exactly know what it
with the
was,
record
but
label.
they're
You
not
never
they're
know.
not saying. And
No.
Timberland did say the thing that he regret is that those two got in an argument. But what was the argument? He just never said what the argument was about. He said that they had gotten in an argument before she passed away.
Wow.
So the mom couldn't have known because they were a heavy part of her
Yes, they were career
burial and
at the
everything.
beginning. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And even to this day, I don't believe that the mom isn't mad at them about anything.
No, I think she just took it as it was an accident. You know, sometimes you want to leave it to what people say it was. She didn't want to speculate that something else might have happened. She probably wanted not one of those
Peace.
kind of
She
conspiracy
wanted
theory type
peace.
people. She just want to
Yeah.
close it and let it be. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Biggie died. Mace left. Shine went to jail. Okay, Loon went to jail. Craig Mack died. All were put on by P Diddy. Yep, you were sure
Yeah.
right.
And remember Rob Woe,
Black
like
Rob.
Woe?
Black
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah. He died too.
Yep.
I don't know. There's so many there's so much dark around Brother Love, right?
But Brother
That's
Love.
what
Right.
Diddy was teasing him, calling him like Brother Love. Put the thing down on Tupac. That's true.
Yeah.
Looking at that and feeling that,
Mm-hmm.
watching that, it doesn't look right
It
on
don't.
his end, you know?
It doesn't. It doesn't look right. So hey, we're gonna see what happens next.
Yeah.
All I know is they got someone in him in jail,
They
and
got
he
Keefe
might do
being
a
in
little
custody.
time. He might do a little time. I don't. It's so long. I don't think it's gonna be that long. He might cop out to a couple years or something. That's it.
I mean, well, what is he, accessory? Because he isn't the trigger man.
That's what it will be, accessory. So they have to charge him
He's not.
correctly.
He's
And
not.
which
He's
they, but you know what? They didn't even charge him correctly. I don't think.
purposely because they wanted to go away.
Yes.
They wanted to go away
Yes.
because, and then they want to show him, shut up, you talk too
Yep.
much. Who do you
Exactly.
think you are talking like that? And because we're in the
Yep.
United States and we have freedom of speech, you think that you
Right.
can admit to a murder? Like,
Admit to murder, right? So they didn't charge him correctly first and foremost. And once he go to trial, they'll be like, well, he's not guilty. He didn't commit the murder.
right.
He wasn't a trigger man. He wasn't this and that. So throw it out. Hung jury, mistrial, something.
Right.
Oh, girl, it's something else. But girl, moving on with Miss Jada Pinkett. She done struck again. This woman, ooh, she know how to give it to us, don't she? That red table talk ain't talking too. It's talking too much now.
Right. I think that why did it come out today? Can you tell us why today?
Why it came out today? She wrote a book. The book was released a couple days ago. It dropped.
Okay.
It's called Worthy. Her memoir, Worthy. And I can't wait to go to Barnes & Noble tomorrow, girl, grab this book. They said some more juicy stuff we don't even know nothing about. But Hoda has her on her show, Dateline.
Who's Hoda?
Hoda from Good Morning America.
Okay.
Hoda and Jenna, when they had a
yes,
talk show.
Yes. Okay.
7 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
So they talked, and she said, I read your book.
Mm-hmm.
And you got all this juicy information, but what really struck me was that you kept this secret and revealed it, that you and Will Smith have not been living and not been together. Y'all been separate, but still married, separate since 2016.
Okay.
Living completely different lives, but in public, they'll be together like they're still lovey-dovey, husband, wife. Girl.
So you mean to tell me
this is
when the infamous slap came, they weren't in a relationship?
No. That's what I'm saying. And look, Hoda was like, that's even another backstory. Oh,
what
I don't know. They have not exposed. Girl, why didn't I get this damn book?
Right. Wow.
Yes, girl. I'm like, oh man.
That see, Here's the thing too. Everybody rushes to be famous,
Yeah.
seeks to get that evil money, right? And all of it is a fake. All of it is a fraud. It's like who
Yeah.
wants to live life pretending?
But I'm saying, but social media, that's what we say. Remember we said social media 90% of the time is fake.
Yes, it is.
There's a lot of fakeness going on. We've been
Yeah.
saying this is like some people's lives not their lives. They'll take a picture of a Ferrari, say it's theirs, and it's not theirs. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So um yeah, 2016, girl.
Yeah.
They
Well,
just like
2016
they
was
don't want
around the wasn't that around the time they had the entanglement?
that was that, oh, this is what I did for the get through, baby. So they was already broke up. The
Huh?
entanglement, they was already broke up. They
Oh,
both was living their own lives. Because you know what? He was hanging around with some famous little young YouTuber that was like 24, 23 years
a
old,
girl?
Will Smith.
A girl?
Yes, a girl,
Okay.
a young girl. And there was linking, YouTubers linking stuff together, like they're in Egypt together or Spain together, I'm saying, different
Mm,
countries together, I'm saying. They did deep sea diving because she's some kind of funny YouTuber. I forgot to look her name up, but they deep sea diving together, all type of stuff. And then the
okay.
same token, Jada messing around with
Oh,
okay.
good. Well,
So,
I say
well, all of them is living in the house together.
who?
Well, at the time, Jada, the entanglement, he was in the house with together with Will, like all one happy family when they really wasn't.
Okay. Okay. Hmm. Well, I say it's obvious how she was able to manipulate August
Mm-hmm.
Ellisina, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because she was 20 years older than him, right?
Mm-hmm.
20 years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Being as though that she was able to, master manipulate him.
But she was his mentor.
Really.
That's what they were saying. That's what August Alsina said, right?
Right,
Well, she's
right.
mentoring him all right.
Yeah.
But he's
In the
best friends
bedroom.
with he's best friends with the son though at the time.
Right, right, right. Yes, he was.
Were they
So
sleeping
he's
together?
31 now. And 20
This is what I'm
and
saying.
6 years
Unless
ago he was 15. He was 25.
25, right. But
And that's when they
and now he's gay.
yeah, now he's gay. So
He's been gay.
he's been gay, yeah.
Was she just trying to get him out the gayness? I don't know, mentor him out of that because
He came out as a member of the LGBT community at 30 years old in
right.
2022.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He's been like that. It's kind of like
I'm waiting on Kevin Gates to come on out.
girl. Exactly. That's another one. You see
Yeah.
him in the concert spitting some girl mouth, and she opened her
Yeah,
mouth.
she let him. She let him do that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't understand where the clout where people why there was no purpose of you doing that, but I mean, I guess they thought that it was a big thing, and so I'm trying to figure out sexually what is spitting in my mouth gonna do for me? How is that arousing me?
that's why I don't know. Ain't that
First of
nasty?
all, it's waste. It's waste. When you spit, it's waste, right? Especially
Just that mentor him out of that.
yeah.
Okay, she tried her best.
I mean, if it she knew that he was gay too.
Yeah, she knew. All them knew. Even Will knew.
Yeah, he did. Well, I think that we know that Diddy is going to be charged, right?
Yeah.
Keefe D is. There's going to be some moving parts with that as well,
Yes, it
with
is.
other people being convicted.
Yeah, if they're still alive. They're saying
Right.
a lot of them are missing.
I do think that Mike Tyson is going to act out because he was him and Tretch was really Tupac's friends.
Yes. Yeah.
And stay tuned to the next update of that.
Yeah, it's gonna be some drama.
Because it's gonna get real nasty.
Yes, it will. Most definitely. Hmm. Yes, it will. Well, guys, I guess we want to thank you guys for always listening to us. We really appreciate you guys for listening. You know, support our sponsors, and we will see you next week.
Yay.
Hey.